government, there is not going to be rules. So somebody has to govern in terms of who is in charge. Okay. However, in internet governance, we believe that the governance of the internet that we're talking about goes beyond just the central government. And that is why we talk about the stakeholders. And we believe the stakeholders have equal rights. And that is why we talk about multi-stakeholderism. Now, you may now need to define what stakeholders is all about. So we have different stakeholders. And for the purpose of this exercise, we are going to name some stakeholders. Number one, as it were, of course, the government is a stakeholder. I won't say the stakeholder is a stakeholder, just like any other stakeholder. Then we have, number two, we have the civil society, like ours. That is a society like Internet Society. We have so many. I think we have Association for Progressive Communications and so on and so forth. All right. Then under the stakeholder, we see our other groups. We have the academia. And I'm sure you all agree with me that this is a very important stakeholder. Why? Because all over the world, the academia is believed to be those that drive what is known as research. If you want to get research that will move your country forward, you need to work with the academia. As a matter of fact, in one of the Swedish strategic plan, there's what is known as triple helix. I'm sure some of us may have heard that. So triple helix talk about when you want to develop a principle or whatever you want to develop, you need to contact three major stakeholders. That is, of course, the government, the industry, that is those people that apply it. Some people will call them the business community. And the last one, not the least, is the academia. They believe the academia has to do the research. Okay, we want to do something. Let's say the government says, okay, we want to do this. Okay, we need to know how to get it done. Who is going to get it done? The academia. That's the dons, the professors in the universities. They are the researchers. So they will do research on how we can achieve something. They will tell us this is the way to go. Once that is done, who's going to apply it? Of course, the industry. Because the industry has to now sit down and say, this thing we need to see how it's going to be turned into whatever you want to turn into. You want to turn into money, you want to turn into business, you want to turn it into public service, and so on and so forth. And of course, it has to be under a particular policy which somebody has to be in charge of the government. So you can see that that 3-point circle, and that's why it is called triple helix. So in Sweden, they believe so much in that. That's just by the way, but it's one of those things that can actually help to build internet governance, so to say. But we're now talking about the stakeholders. So we have the government, the academia, I think the civil society, then of course the private sector. But the private sector is such a big stakeholder, because under the private sector, you have the business community, right? Those people that follow the money. If you work with the business people, they will tell you to follow the money, but ethically, not that you just follow the money blindly anyway. So we have them too. And yes, we have a new group now, the youth. Not really new. They've been around for some time, and the youth are saying, yes, our voices must be heard too. So the youth is part of this stakeholder. The emerging ones are actually the aged, right? The aged people are now saying, okay, we too, of course, we need to have our own stakeholder group. Why? Because maybe their own experience is different. Most of these aged people that we're talking about, they belong to a particular group that is known as, we have the digital migrants, and of course, the digital native. So the young ones, the Gen Zs, are known as the digital native. Why? Because they were actually, some of them, in fact, most of them, in fact, all of them, they were born during the era that the internet has come, right? So they see it as something that's just part of their own life, right? But for the aged ones, they free up to know this technology. You understand what I'm saying? So the way they see it is different from the way the Gen Zs will look at it. So these are the emerging, stakeholders group, and the latest emerging stakeholders group is actually the teens. Although I don't know how that is going to be dealt with because of age issues. Some people are saying that you need a particular age before you can really get onto the internet. Some people are saying that, okay, yeah, maybe they may need to get onto the internet, but they need to be guided. And of course, I'm sure some of you must have heard about what is known as child online policy, because it is believed that you can't just leave a child online to be doing whatever he or she wants. They may not know the rights from the wrong, so you need to guide them. So a lot of interesting issues are actually coming up in that regard. And there's another group, although they are, it's just forming. Those are the people that they are very, very prominent in the digital. I'm sorry, I beg your pardon, in the global south. We have the global north and the global south. The global north it's the most of the advanced countries, so to say, while the global south are what? The developing countries like the Africa, and if you look towards the left, you see the Caribbeans, okay? And most of them are just like us in Africa too, right? So we have the people that, let's look at, in fact, I want us to discuss this. Some people call them, you say they are digitally illiterate, right? I'm sure you have heard about digital literacy, right? But before you can somebody is digitally illiterate, I mean, there are some yardsticks you should put in place, right? Is it because they cannot use the computer in English that we're calling them digitally illiterate? Or is it because you have put a device in their own local, or let me say indigenous language, and you give it to them and they cannot use it? Have you done that? So you see this debate anyway. Those are the things I want you to be thinking about. So that is one angle that I want you to look at critically, especially when you start your role play. You just say people are digitally illiterate. I mean, why do you call them illiterate? Is it because they cannot use English? All those, okay, maybe I from Ghana and so on and so forth. So these are in the global south, so to say, so that we know we need to now take our stand. All right, so that is talking about the stakeholders. One of these stakeholders we have mentioned, they have their own roles. The government has its own.
Hello, good morning all. It seems like the host itself get lost to the internet. I think so because when you go to the participants, I cannot. I am currently looking at the list of participants and I can't find the host. Okay, I can see one. Joseph Chumdeli Bawa as host. Okay.
Good morning, Abdullah. How are you doing today?
Very fine, sir.
I wrote that.
John, I can't hear you.
I wrote
Are you the one speaking?
Let me write him again.
Hello.
Yes, I'm the one speaking. I'm the one.
What happened to
I said that we can't hear Mr. Kule, Engineer Kule Olarunde. I can't hear him. I don't know what happened.
yes, but his network?
Sorry, what happened?
I can't
Okay,
hear
can you
him
hear me
too.
now?
I don't know.
Can you hear me
Yes,
now?
yes, I can hear you, sir. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
sir, we can hear you.
Can you hear me now? All right,
Yes,
thank
sir,
you
we
very much.
can hear you.
All right, thank
Can
you
hear
very
you.
much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. So we're talking about the roles of the stakeholders, and somebody just told us what civil society is supposed to be doing within this space. And can you see my screen? Can you see my screen online?
No,
Can you
Not
see my
your
screen
shared
online?
we can't see
screen,
the
sir.
We
screen.
can't see
What's
your shared
coming up?
screen.
What about now?
It's
Can you see
coming
it
up for
now?
me.
Yes,
It's coming up
on.
for me.
Coming up for me as well.
Yes, we are seeing it now. We are seeing
can
it.
see
We can see it now.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay. So the civil society has a very, say for example, the government wants to and they call for stakeholders for it is responsibility of civil society to ensure that. Sorry, is somebody checking the time? Is somebody checking the time? How many minutes I have before I finish this? Sorry? Like how many? So that I know how to wrap it up. Because so why are you guys not prompting me? All right. So if there's going to be a new guideline, new policy, the government will call for stakeholders forum, right? If the government calls for such a policy or a guideline or a standard or a regulation that that is being proposed, it is the responsibility of a civil society to ensure that okay, that has a human face, something that we can relate with, something that is going to be to the benefit of the masses, to the society, and so on and so forth. So the civil society serves as what? As something I'll call check and balance. So that when you are having a guideline or a policy, it's going to have human face, going to be human centric. I'm not saying that the rules that are coming up are not human centric, but then you need to agree with me that sometimes when rules are coming up, it may not have been looked at from different perspectives. There's something we call perspective when you are dealing with strategy. Perspective in the sense that, okay, how do I see this as a person? So for me to take a look at it, I have to look at it from my own perspective. And being a civil society person, I have to look at it from the perspective of a civil society. Okay, the government will definitely come with government perspective, maybe that make it better, and probably the academia will come from the academic perspective. Sometimes it may be something that is not that is like that. So we now need to bring it to that level where everybody can relate with it. And of course, the other group I mentioned the other time, the community, for them, remember
Is it me alone? We can no longer hear anything, sir.
Only
I
you.
think we lost him. Maybe let's just wait for him to reconnect.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Olabimpe Adelora.
You're welcome, Peter.
I hope they will give us data for this one that we are going to be here all through. Same way they transported some people to Abuja.
My brother. So what will you give them in exchange for the knowledge?
Our rapt attention and what we've been doing all this while. You
Oh,
know,
really?
it's
Are you doing it for them or for yourself?
we are doing it for the
Anyways, let's not disrupt the session.
I guess the point I'm hearing is ecosystem.
But sorry, who is the moderator online? I think the moderator is supposed to do something.
Dear colleagues, I will recommend we are patient, please.
So we hope they come back soon.
Good morning, all. Please let us exercise patience. I'm also not seeing anything here, so I remain quiet. Please let us exercise patience. I will contact him privately. I will contact them privately.
Good morning, guys. I don't know. Is it that they're having issue with their network connection over there? Or I think we're just sitting here blind and not really knowing what is going on.
Yes, I think so. I think so. I just dropped a voice message to Dr. Akimbo. Yes, Dr. Adebumi Akimbo, and I'm waiting here. I'm waiting for his reply. Yes, thank you.
So let's wait for him if he can respond.
Hello, dear colleagues. Please, if possible, I will recommend we mute our microphones so that it will just kick off. The administrators, at least 3 administrators, have been alerted, so something will be done. So I will recommend we mute our microphones so that we don't waste more time when it comes back.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
That's excellent. Thank you.
literate? Or have you given me a computer in Fufude and I'm not able to use it? Then you can say, oh, only digitally literate. So we need to think about this. But what she brought up is the people differently enabled people, people with disability. They are stakeholders. So please, we need to take note of that. Thank you very much. All right, a round of applause for me. All right, so I think it's time for tea break. We go for tea break, and how many minutes, madam?
30 minutes.
30 minutes. You have 30 minutes for your tea break. If you want go out now, right?
Hello, Engineer Kule. Well done, sir.
There's a question online.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well done, sir. Please, we lost about nothing less than 10 minutes of the last part of your presentation. I seek your indulgence. If you don't mind, can you please quickly walk us through, maybe for like 2-3 minutes, the last part of the presentation, so that for those of us online will not miss out completely.
Or possibly share the presentation slides. Yeah, thank you.
All right. So
Emmanuel, no tea for you, no tea break for you.
We don't mind, sir. Don't worry. I have my coffee here, so I will listen and take my coffee.
All right. I think because I've made that part where we're talking about
you are standing fast, sir.
Okay, so President, I'm bringing this to you. Anything here, the President.
Yeah, go for it.
Who has connected? Can you hear us?
Yes, Dr.
No,
Akinbo, I can hear you, sir.
it's breaking from my end.
Okay, what was the last one you had?
Yeah, it was at that point when you were talking about who is referred to. I mean, why would somebody be referred to as digitally illiterate?
Oh,
It was
okay.
at
All
that
right.
point we went here.
Okay, I think I can remember. So yes, so we were talking about digital literacy, and we are trying to look at what digital literacy means in the context of the way we describe it now. But can I choose something to the class? I think we need to start looking beyond that. Digital literacy is somebody that cannot use computer. But you will agree with us that the computer we're talking about design in language, English, and so on and so forth. So I now told the class, okay, we have a debate that is in Fufude or in Igbo, right? And you still refer to me as illiterate. So I left that class because we think from our perspective. The question that we need that is quite debatable, I know, but I think we need to start looking. After I think we discussed the issue of somebody and I said nobody knows the internet.
It's echoing.
We can't hear you well, sir. It's echoing, sir.
Okay, I think it's okay. That's the reason. Okay, so the question asked was the internet, and
Sorry, sir. Sorry, Engineer Kule. Pardon my interruption, sir. Please, can we all mute our microphones if we are not speaking? That's what is causing the echo. The problem was not from him, it's from those that did not mute their microphones.
Some people are
Thank
inside the
you.
hall there that the microphone is on. Inside the hall there.
All right. Can you hear me now? Is it better?
No,
I
sir,
think
please, some attendees, some in-person attendees have their microphones on. So it is echoing from the room.
I remember we started with that, having issues with the so please, at this
Please, Philip Nantok. Please, Philip Nantok, mute your microphone.
and if you are not having the floor, please mute your mic, please. Thank you very much. I think it's better now. So the question was, who owns the internet? And the answer is nobody owns the internet, because we believe the internet belongs to all of us. It belongs to all of us because we all have a role to play. We belong to one stakeholder or the other. We have the government, we have the civil society, we have the academia, we have the private sector, which is a very big stakeholder. Under it, we have the business community, we have individual, that is end user, right? So nobody owns the internet. However, in the development and the evolution of the internet, a lot of people has contributed. A very good example is Steve Bernlin, who actually brought up the idea of the web, as it were. And of course, we have other groups that are actually contributing. A very good example is the IETF. And I think, yeah, there was a question that now led us to how standards are being developed. And I mentioned the fact that, yeah, normally it starts from Internet Research Task Force, IRTF, and they are into long-term research. After that, after they've done their own research and it looks valid, it is passed to IETF, of course, who now turns that into a standard, usable standard on the internet. And I think that is one area, in fact, you just reminded me of something, that is one particular area that we in Africa, not just in Nigeria, that we really, really need to be very, very active in, because Internet Engineering Task Force defines, most of the protocols that are being used on the internet, right? And we in their document, they call it request for comment, RFC. RFC in the sense that, yeah, it evolves. Yeah, of course, at every particular time when it is found to be okay, it is validated, it moves, and it becomes implemented. However, if somebody, after a while, discover that we need to open it up again, of course, it can still come up with a comment, and that's why that thing remains RFC, right? So that is for IETF. Then after IETF, it becomes something usable. And we have other stakeholders like the ITU. Under the ITU, we have three sectors. We have the ITUT, ITUR, and the ITUD. And I mentioned the fact that even the ITUD now, they're having World Telecommunication Development Conference in Baku. I think it's one country in the Middle East. Kazakhstan, yeah, thank you. That's it. In Kazakhstan, as we are talking right now. So that's where they will talk about the digital part of the internet and so on and so forth. Then the ITUT, they talk about the standards. Most of the standards that are being developed there, they are non-treaty. Non-treaty is the sense that, more like recommendation to all the countries, all the clients. You can use them for your own benefit, because it is more like harmonized recommendations or policies and so on and so forth. Then we have the ITUR. The ITUR, basically, they deal with the more technical part, talking about the frequency. Most of us, we talk about Wi-Fi, right? The phone that we're using, all these things, they use frequencies. So there are some guys that come together, they normally define all those standards. They are the ITUR guys. That's International Telecommunication Union radio sector. Radio in the sense that it deals with frequencies. So for the Wi-Fi, they have to look at it. For the GSM frequency, they have to look at it. And most of the time, They want it to be something that we can all agree on. Under the ITU, they have three three regions: Region 1, Region 2, Region 3. Region 1 consists of Africa and Europe. Region 2, of course, is in North America, and Region 3, the the Australia, the China of this world, and so on and so forth. So they come together to define all those frequencies, and in most cases, there's always harmony along those regions in terms of Region 1, Region 2, and Region 3. So I think those are the things you miss. Apart from the fact that, yes, maybe you now give me the opportunity to just mention the platform on which we all come together to have conversations for multi-stakeholder purpose. That's the IGF. And this as it's in cascaded model. Let me put it that way, cascaded model. We have the global IGF. From the global IGF, it comes down to the regional IGF. In our own case, we talk about the Africa IGF. Then it now cascades down to the sub-regional. That is talking about maybe West, South, East, or North Africa, before you now bring it down to the national. And we are also saying that, okay, even after the national, this is one of the conversations we are supposed to be having. And of course, it's going to be discussed during your role playing when you are doing the WISIS thing. Beyond that, I think we should have the local IGF, maybe state IGF or whatever. Anyway, that is subject to debate. And how is that going to help us? And I think there are places where you can fit that into when you are looking at the action lines in the WISIS, because that's what we are focusing on. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right.
Thanks so much for
Thank
the
you so
feedback.
much, sir.
We are going for tea break now. I will be back in the next 20 minutes. So I guess you guys online too, you can go and have your digital coffee and your digital coffee and what have you. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
We get the digital coffee.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So let us have our digital copy.
Thank you.
Yeah, let us say it, please.
Who's going to share the digital coffee for us now?
Adepimpe will do that for us.
Ibrahim has not
Ibrahim, thank
Don't
you.
worry, doctor will do it for us. Doctor will do it for us.
Ibrahim, thank you. I just received my digital coffee.
You're welcome. I hope you like decaf.
Please, how many of us are joining, participating on the program online? Are we up to that 46 number that I'm seeing?
We cannot come because some might be joining, be leaving, be coming in.
Some are observers, so I don't
Currently,
think
it's on 46. So I think we are 46.
Yeah, we are.
By the number, we are 46.
Please, once the break is over, kindly notify us so that we can bring back.
Your voices are breaking. Can't hear you well.
10 minutes.
Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is David, and while on the sessions, they are having their coffee, and on the digital sessions right here, we're having our digital coffee. Please, I've been back and forth on the internet with network and work, as today is a Monday. Could someone help me with what has been spoken so far? Thank you.
Josie's Chon Jolly Bauer. Can you please transfer post to me?
Okay, sir. Done, sir.
Mm.
Hello, are we still on the break?
You're online, please be muted.